We develop software for home automation, energy monitoring, solutions for utilities, for telecommunications companies. And I know it is quite fast after the lunchtime, and I try to give you some impressions what energy management and IoT today means with some examples from companies that offer these services. Let's have a look at one of these nice definitions of the Internet of Things, and what you can see here is trillions of sensors on the one hand side, and the other hand side is impacting human behavior, and that's what we see, human interaction. So the Internet of Things moves not only into the car, but also into your home. But if you look at the home, so the buildings, that can be the residential home or it can be an office building, they have data. So we see energy data like consumption, energy production, feed-in, or battery level. We have sensor data, and this will grow definitely. Humidity, temperature, outdoor, indoor, brightness, or motion detection for security systems. And we have the data of the residents inside. You've heard a lot of wearables those days, and this gives another set of data. These are the internal information a building can give us to a system. And then we have external data. If you look at this, we have notifications, we have the whole world of social media sharing, we have weather data, your personal calendar, GPS data, traffic, and so on. And all that comes together, and that's what we all heard, it's big data. Yes, there is a different paradigm shift also coming into your smart home. What does it mean? So first of all, we have a combination of new data, fresh data sources. Then we have patterns for different user profiles that allows us to interact with sensors, with appliances. Then we have, at a third element, intelligent algorithms. So software can deliver calculations, algorithms that helps us in getting transparency. And that's much more important, and you all have heard of Nest, Google. This is a learning system, so software can help us to learn, to adapt to the human behavior in your home. So big data, on the one hand side, we see events, and they trigger something. They trigger alerts, which is alarm situations, so mostly a bad message, but it could be also notifications. This could be a neutral message. These alerts, they put the trigger to your manual action, so you are acting. But there could be also a software that helps you to automatically do something. So both elements are part of the IoT solutions for your home. So manual, you steer something, or automatically. And we see some of the solutions just in a few minutes. So these are coming from events, from data sources to actions. And let's have a look at our vision as a software vendor. We strongly believe that there are three elements. On the one hand side, there is your consumption in your home. So you're doing something with energy you consume. But then more and more, especially in Germany, in the land of Energiewende, you see the production, the power generation on your rooftop with a PV solar, but with many other sources. And furthermore, you need something to store, because electricity is not always then there when you need it. So storage will be the third part, the third element. And to manage all these components, there you need software, intelligent software that helps you to manually or automatically drive and steer these parts. So what's already in place when we talk about energy management so far? I will want to give you some examples. So we have energy transparency, social networking, heating and cooling, efficient control, security management, renewables and storage, and some examples also for managing office buildings, enterprise resources. Just to give you a flavor of some companies that are working in this space, you can see here an example from Berlin, Smart B. supported by Bilfinger, one of the leading real estate building companies. And what they focus on is NILM, non-intrusive load monitoring. So high-frequency data from a meter reading that gives you not 15-minute values, but much more second values. And then you can identify certain appliances, your fridge, and you can identify who is taking what part of your consumption. This is one part of the research currently, and it's also very important for corporate companies, for enterprises, to identify which machine is now driving which part of the energy consumption. But look at the transparency coming from a smart home software like GreenPocket offers. So if you have a look at the temperature in your bedroom, there could be different effects driving this, and a software can give you transparency on that. If you look at the window, it's open and the times, and then the temperature goes down. This is only one smart feature that can help you in your home to get a better understanding whether you are wasting energy consumption. You can see also the total meter reading, but you can see also different single appliances like TV and fridge. This is currently standard, but you can identify energy guzzlers from this. If we look at another part of the transparency, that is coming from transparency to social elements. So there's a good example from the United States, O-Power, which currently has under management 50 million meter customers, so 50 million meter readings with different services, and one part of the service is the social comparison. So their drive with a service that users, consumers, would change their behavior when they see that their neighbors are reducing or are more energy efficient. And they can share it via Facebook, and they compare their behavior towards friends' behavior, and it's a team competition. So social elements, and we see here one example how that could look in an application from GreenPocket. We see the transparency, and there could be a point system. So gamification approaches could be integrated in these kind of consumer engagement applications for meter readings. And social comparisons, sharing with social medias, and then there is a chance to link this with partner apps that gives you couponing or other incentives. You can think about that major utility can bring this to Facebook and say, okay, here is a competition and there's a winner because he was or she was especially energy efficient. So social energy applications will be part of the future of energy monitoring. You can see that badge elements you can have from other applications like Square could be integrated in a monitoring app. And then we have the part of smart heating and cooling. And you all know the story of Nest. First of all, it's a learning system. It adapts to your behavior, which is quite simple, and it looks nice, and it's easy to install and easy to use. But it's furthermore, so Nest is now going to install a network of partnerships, and that increases the value for the user. On the one hand side, there's a win-win situation for utilities, for instance, because especially for US-based utilities, load management is quite important, and demand-side management helps to better manage the load of the utility, and the consumer gets and earn out of this. So they can earn up to $60 back per thermostat each summer from its energy to manage the very hot days. On the other hand side, there are also combinations possible with insurance companies, and that's be shown here with the Save Money with Safety rewards, so insurance incentives in terms of reducing the premium you have to pay for your insurance contract. So another example is a German company called Tado. They're offering also thermostat solutions, but they moved right now into the AC control market, and they combine it with geofencing. So it identifies your presence. If you come closer to your home, then the cooling effect starts and not the whole day through. So that helps you to waste energy. And this is especially in the US market because they use a lot of energy for those. But not only there. So we have also an application for the thermostat controlling via geofencing. With your smartphone, it detects you're present, and then you can start with programs like this. If you're out, automatically the temperature in your home goes down. It knows when you leave your home, it's personalized, it's profiled. And another example is quite simple, a rule: if you open the window like this, then something happens with your thermostat. It gets an impulse, and then it goes down from 21 degrees to 14 degrees. And you can see how easily you can install this rule into your software. On the one hand side, you see the alarms, windows are open, the red signal is clearly positioned, and then do the following. Just push the button, just move, select one you like. Okay, the heating in the living room, 21 degrees. Currently does not make any sense if the window is open, so the rule should be different. You again push, move into the part, and then you see just an easy circle. You can move that, push it out or turn it down, whatever you like, and then your rule is done. So software can that easy to install intelligent automatisms and install intelligent rules. And you can combine it with your smartphone, with geofencing, with push notifications, with alerts. Furthermore, it's important that you can plan your schedules, because normal business day during the week has certain rhythms, and you can see that for different rooms here, you can say, okay, in these time elements, I want to reduce the temperature at my home to a certain level. And this could be done very comfortable in the software solution. Furthermore, if you want to be supported by the software, then you set up a program for a different appliance. Here is it again, the heating. And then you set up a profile which is an optimal profile. So an optimal pattern for your bedroom heating could look like this. And you have the chance to manually change it, adopt it to your needs. And this should be done also quite easily on your tablet or on your smartphone. And you can do it like this. So here's the optimal profile. And then you move into it and say, okay, maybe I'm back earlier in the afternoon and I want to get it earlier up. Or I change it, I'll be off at my home later. And you can push it quite easily and change these kind of profiles to your behavior, to your needs and to your daily plans. Let's have a look at energy efficient control for lighting. Here are some examples for that. First of all, it's quite easy. You want to group certain lights. But furthermore, with a single click, you can push them on or off, or you can change even the color of the light. And this is done by LED lights from Osram or Philips Hue. This could be done, and you can steer it just quite simple in your horizontal smart home control application. And quite easily, you can do this also with a single click. And we have just seen from the Deutsche Telekom that they have a joint venture, a joint cooperation with BMW, that you can do it with your auto software, with your car software inside before you come home, which is also quite intelligent. So iBeacons will be included as well, so it recognizes if you're not in a room, and combined with a smart watch service, then it turns off energy wasters automatically when you are out of the room and helps you. Another service we just presented at the IFA in Berlin is a standby killer. A nice, easy feature. Your washing machine is done. It goes down. The power goes down from 2,000 watt power to less than 10. There's a rule in your software: if it goes down, you got a push notification, and then you know. And you can combine it also with a red light. So if you have an LED light with Osram or U, it turns into red from the normal standard in your home, and you know, oh, washing is ready. These are nice small features, but the flexibility of combination, that is important. Again, you see a rule: if washing machine basement trigger is below 10 watt, and you can change it, either it's 10 or 8 or 15 or 50 watt, whatever, and you can change it to all devices you'd like. Then turn off the washing machine, turn it off, and send me a push notification. You can combine these kind of rules. Let's have a look at security management. There's another example, supported by E.ON. It's a US-based company called Leo, and they have an intelligent smoke detector. So a simple, similar principle like Nest with the thermostat, or Tado. Here it's going focused on the smoke detector. You can choose any color, and you can combine the color with a certain event. So alarm getting red maybe, or humidity is below a certain line, then you got a green or whatever that informs you about the air quality of your home. And you can change it, you can adapt it if you have the capacities to do that. Simple other information: if someone is breaking into your home, you got an alert. But you can combine it with alarms, with music getting off. I've heard there was one example from a company called Kibi at the IFA that was yelling like a dog, whoa, whoa, if someone is breaking in. Is it really effective? No, the robber is in your home, but sometimes it helps to get them out as soon as possible. Even you can do this also with flashlights. So combining this could be also integrative part of that. And you can see here, again, with a video note or a push notification, and also again with a light that changes. And if someone changes in a room, in a house, sometimes it has the effect that robbers will disappear because they see, okay, something has happened, I can't control the situation. So a lot of options as well we can find here. And let's have a look at the future, because if we talk about Energiewende, we want to integrate all the pieces. And again, you have a smart home, there's a production on your solar panel, and it goes into a battery because you don't use it, because nobody is home. And then someone is coming home with a nice car, the family is here, and then they're gonna use the energy. So own consumption, fine, they can use it. And then it comes to the night modus, and then you want to load your battery to a different level, to a better level. So now you use the battery source for your e-mobility. And all that could be done automatically with the basis of some rules that you can combine according to your requirements, according to your needs. And again, then, especially for the German market, either the feed-in decision, or if you feed it to the exchange in some areas or some periods during the day, it makes sense because the price goes up, and then you could feed in, or you could give via software a selling signal instead of a storage signal. And that can give you a sign automatic or manually. You can control it. Maybe you can set up a certain rule. If that level of 6 cents, put the energy to whatever you like. So user can choose the status recommendation for selling or storage. And this will be included in a home automation software of the future. We definitely see this. And then you also have the decision whether you can change the selling point either from 6.5 cents to 7 cents, or the storage level from 40 to 30 or 80 or whatever you like. So this kind of manually and automatically combination, this will be, from our perspective, the future. And that means that you have to combine different devices via protocols and the Internet of Things. So last but not least, have a quick look of what happens in the office space or in the buildings, not in the residential area. There are a lot of activities currently undergoing, but here's just one example. It's an Australian company called Organic Response. E.ON just invested the last weeks into this system, which is trying to bring the crowd intelligence you've seen from fish crowds that are moving and change the direction into the lighting business, especially for office spaces. It's quite interesting because if you move, then there is an information via sensors that you are there, light goes on, but then there's, in addition to that, an information from this light to the other lights, and they're gonna move up. So it's quite efficient, and you are moving left and right, and the light is always optimal there where it has to be. Another one is to have a dashboard and to steer this according to certain time periods. So we see a lot of waste in branch business for retail outlets and so on, and you can steer this also with a dashboard that helps you to clarify whether light should be on or off in your home or in your office. And the same, the automatic presence detection could be integrated as a rule, or intelligent heating schedules, which you can see and push and change quite easily on your tablet or on your smartphone. And furthermore, this is the last example, how software could help you in this business is e-mobility included. So the load management has to be managed, and a software can help you if a company has a lot of e-mobile cars in their environment. So because we have seen that from the industry production, that if they're going to use electric vehicles, then often the load turns on and they have to manage the time period when someone is loading the vehicle. And this can be done also automatically or with alarm notifications if there is a certain limit crossed, or if you get the information, okay, better manage your resources and your infrastructure. So these are some examples of the energy management elements and software that helps with the Internet of Things. Sometimes it's in place, sometimes it is a view for the future. What we do as a software vendor, we are developing software that helps you to steer these kind of use cases. We have consumer engagement software, as you have seen. We have energy management software for businesses and enterprises, and we have the home automation software delivered as a white label service to companies. We do this for a lot of utilities in the European market. Currently we work in 10 countries for RWE, E.ON, Vattenfall, for instance. We have also experiences with companies like Vodafone or Deutsche Telekom. And for a lot of smaller utilities like Rhein Energy is one of the major municipality utilities. Here's one example, smart home software. The offer from Vattenfall on Deutsche Telekom platform KiwiCon is delivered with GreenPocket software, as you have seen. This software that makes it easy to install these kind of rules, and also the Rhein Energy software is supported by GreenPocket. So thank you very much for your attention, and I hope it was some interesting examples for you, and it increases the fantasy what we really can do in the future. Thank you very much.